Before the world became familiar with his name, Joseph was simply a young man who carried dreams too large for the soil beneath his feet. He walked through the fields of Canaan with eyes that seemed to see beyond the horizon, as if each movement of the wind whispered to him about a future no one else could imagine. His dreams were not ordinary illusions, they were visions, flashes of destiny wrapped in symbols of glory. But dreams, when not understood, can provoke storms long before they illuminate the sky. Joseph's brothers saw in him not a bearer of divine promise, but a threat. Each dream he shared was like a spark falling upon dry wood, igniting jealousy and bitterness. They could not see what Joseph saw. They could not feel what pulsed inside him. And so, in the silent corridors of envy, a plan was born. One morning, as Joseph approached his brothers wearing the colorful tunic that marked him as chosen, something in the air shifted. The fields grew still, the shadows lengthened, and within minutes, the dreamer who once walked among them became a prisoner of betrayal, bound, thrown into a pit, sold as a slave. Joseph's life shattered into pieces. Yet destiny often hides its brightest light behind the darkest curtains. And as Joseph was led away, the heavens whispered a quiet truth. Before victory takes shape, pain must carve the path. Joseph arrived in Egypt as a slave, stripped of everything he once knew, his home, his freedom, even his identity. Yet even in chains, something within him refused to die. In the household of Potiphar, Joseph learned to rise in silence. He served with excellence, wisdom, and integrity. He became a man whose presence carried a strange peace, as if the God of his fathers walked beside him through every corridor. But the path of those destined for greatness is never straight. When temptation crossed his doorway and false accusations dragged him into the depths of prison, Joseph could have surrendered. He could have let bitterness turn his heart to stone. Instead, he guarded the flickering flame of hope. In the darkness of the dungeon, Joseph discovered something profound. Even when God seems silent, he is never absent. His gifts did not disappear, they simply waited. Dreams visited the prisoners. Joseph listened, he interpreted, and piece by piece, the path that once seemed broken began to move again. If this story is speaking to you, if you feel something awakening inside your heart, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Your support helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. Years passed. Seasons changed. Joseph remained behind bars, yet the divine clock never stopped ticking. One day, Pharaoh himself was troubled by dreams no sage could interpret. The memory of a young Hebrew prisoner finally surfaced, and Joseph was summoned from the shadows. He stood before Pharaoh still wearing the clothes of a captive, yet something in his eyes revealed a man already free. As he interpreted the dreams of abundance and famine, he did more than offer insight. He unveiled destiny. Pharaoh saw in him what his brothers never did, a leader shaped by struggle, a vessel of divine wisdom. Joseph became governor of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. The chains of yesterday turned into the authority of today. He walked through the royal halls with steps shaped by humility, pain, and divine purpose. What was once broken was now being rebuilt. As famine swept through the lands, people from distant regions came seeking food, including Joseph's own brothers. Destiny, with its invisible hands, orchestrated a reunion years in the making. They entered the halls of Egypt unaware that the powerful man before them was the very brother they had once thrown away. Joseph recognized them immediately. Memory flooded his heart. Yet it did not bring rage. Instead, he felt the weight of a divine plan unfolding. His voice concealed behind authority, Joseph tested their hearts. Would they abandon another brother the way they abandoned him? Had time softened them, shaped them? Pain resurfaced, but so did compassion. Joseph realized something profound. Sometimes God allows us to confront the past, not to reopen wounds, but to reveal who we have become. When the moment finally arrived, Joseph could no longer contain the storm in his heart. He dismissed the Egyptian servants and stood before his trembling brothers. Tears filled his eyes, not with grief, but with relief. "I am Joseph." Silence broke like a thunderclap. Shock, fear, disbelief all collided in the room. Yet Joseph did not seek revenge. Instead, he extended forgiveness deeper than any wound inflicted upon him. Do not be afraid. What you intended for harm, God transformed for good. In that moment, Joseph became more than a ruler. He became a symbol of redemption. Pain had not destroyed him. It had shaped him into a vessel of restoration. Joseph's journey revealed an eternal truth. Pain is often the workshop of destiny. Everything he endured, the betrayal, the slavery, the prison, was preparing him for a victory far greater than he could ever have imagined. He saved nations. He restored his family. He transformed suffering into salvation. And just as Joseph's life was shaped behind closed doors, your own victories may be forming in moments you least expect. But sometimes, what feels like a breakdown is simply the ground preparing for breakthrough. If this message touched you deeply, help this story reach more hearts. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. You have no idea how much that encourages our work. Joseph's story echoes through the centuries because it reflects the journey of every soul seeking purpose. Dreams may be delayed, but they are never denied when God is the author. Pain may bend you, but it does not break what heaven has designed. From the pit to the palace, Joseph shows us that every wound can become a window through which destiny shines. Every tear can water the seeds of future victory. Every trial can transform an ordinary life into a divine testimony. As the story draws to an end, one message remains. Your pain is not the end. It's the beginning of something extraordinary. Hold your dreams close, even when the world tries to silence them. Remember Joseph. Remember the God who transformed sorrow into triumph. Your victory may already be on its way, just beyond the horizon.